if you lost that vision, you need to ask God to give you that vision. If you've never had a vision, you need to ask God to give you a vision. Because no matter what your circumstances is now, you may be down and out. You may be feeling like you're the lowest of lows. You may feel like you're not worthy enough to even lift up your voice and begin to pray. You don't have to stay in that situation. You don't have to stay in those times of confusions and doubts and fears. Seek the presence of God. Come to His holy place, wherever that may be for you. Seek His face while there is still day. Seek His face while there is still time. Because like that song that I've sung many times, there is coming a day when there'll be no night. Tonight you can come to an altar. You can say, God, feel me. God can feel you. You can say, God, heal me. God can heal you. You can say, God, save me. And God can save you. But there's going to come a day, just like in the day of Noah, when those church doors will be shut and they'll never be reopened again. When those church doors were shut in the day of Noah, they made fun of Noah before a time will come. They said, you're stupid, you're silly. It's not rained in years. What makes you think it's going to come a big flood now? But they wasn't laughing when those floods came, were they? So many people might be laughing now, but they ain't going to be laughing when that wrath of God returns again and those church doors will be shut. We're on borrowed time, people. Borrowed time. Don't put off for today what you can do tomorrow. I wrote that song. There's coming a day when be no night. It's one of my favorite songs ever written. Because truly there's going to come a day when there's going to be no night. Tell the experience coming up to the mountain. Tell of the experience that you feel as you come up that mountain. We all have a testimony. And our testimonies is how we get from the valleys to the mountains. And we help those that are still struggling in the valley to get to where we are today by our overcomings of our testimony. Coming up the hill in Hindenburg, as going up, the flag in the top of the hill is getting bigger. And the things down, the vans, cars, even people are getting smaller. That's it. The more we are in the presence of God, the bigger He is becoming in our lives. And the smaller things become our cares, our desires, the worldly things, are no longer our focus. Because our focus is to change to heavenly things. Those smaller things don't matter anymore. The cares of this world, our desires, and the worldly things don't matter anymore. Because we have a new outlook on life. That's the power tonight. That's the anointing. That's the presence of the Lord. Clear visibility to our surroundings. To our enemies. To our enemies today. If you're in a battle, the best place to look, where and when your enemies is coming up to the most high place possible, the higher you are, the sooner you will see that there are enemies coming. Since you have noticed it while it was quite far, you have time to prepare necessary defense. Or you have might change your direction, not to meet the enemy. The enemy will come against you. Like I said when I first started this broadcast, there are two types of sermons we can preach as preachers and pastors, evangelists, teachers, etc. There are two types of messages that we can preach. We can preach ones like today, when we feel that presence of God from the time we start until the time we end, middle, beginning, and end. And even preparing for it, we can feel that presence of God. We can feel that power and that anointing and know that something good is going to come out of this message. And then there are those times when while we're preaching it, we don't feel nothing all the way through it. And we ask ourselves, Did I really preach that? What good will that do to anybody? That's when the devil is trying to tell you that you're not doing any good. And your whole purpose was to defeat it. But we are God's mouthpiece. And God, in those times when the devil is attacking us the most, is some of the times when you get the most feedback from your messages. Because people are touched and the devil is wanting to defeat the purpose. Or your enemies come up against you. The enemies are wanting to steal your joy. Like I preached to you the other night, the devil knows what you can do in this life. And the devil will stop at nothing to destroy that purpose and that vision in your life. Don't lose focus tonight. And don't fall into those diverse temptations.